What's up, beautiful souls? It's Mitzi Freeze, and yes, I'm back. Well, sort of. I have a lot going on, and that's why I haven't been on in a while, and I'm still having a lot go on, but hey, it's part of life. Everything is, in fact, nothing more than an experience, and we just have to keep it like that today. A side note, for the idiot that called me a scammer, dude, name one time that I asked you for money. I'll wait. Have I ever asked any of you for money? No. I didn't think so. So the scammer BS, not happening, dude. Take your trolling elsewhere. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into today's messages. Overall, I've got a lot of change here. I've got a lot of transition. There's something to do with something shifting around in your life right now. This could be a literal ending to something. I'm seeing change, heavy transitions. For some of you, this is exciting things, and for others of you, this is very devastating. This has something to do with your routine. Something has broken a routine in your life. Now, this is different things to different people. One of the things that is coming to mind is something as simple as maybe you had a pet, and you've had this pet for a very long time. And you got into this routine of waking up every morning and feeding this pet and playing with this pet. And maybe before bed, you fed this pet again and you played with this pet some more. And this pet was a huge part of your life. And then one day, the pet got sick. Whether this was an actual passing away of someone or something in your life, or something to where this is some sort of transition with a job or a household, okay? But either way, we have a lot of change going on and something to do with your routine being kind of screwed up right now. This could be your sleep schedule as well. I feel for a lot of you, this is some sort of transition where you feel like you're being broken down. I mean, you are being just fried to the bone right now with this change, and you're wondering, how can I go on like this? This has been such a change in my life. Everything changed. Everything changed the moment that this happened. Everything changed the day that this went down, right? Everybody's got a story like that. We all do. We all have been changed. Something happened in our lives that's changed the entire trajectory of our path. And a lot of times this can be scary. This can be scary to take a leap onto the other side of something. This could be scary to go on without this individual. This could be scary to no longer have some sort of stability that you've always been used to. Some of you, I'm getting like this feeling of, I mean, the term naked comes to mind. It really does, because I feel that some of you have been stripped down to the bare minimum. Now, whether this is you physically getting rid of items in your house that have just been piling up, and Lord knows I need to go through a few junk drawers myself, okay? There's a thing called spring cleaning for a reason, and yeah, I need to get on that, right? I need to stop yapping my mouth up here and get on to that. But hey, I've cleaned a little bit in this room. I have a lot more to go. I'm actually in the middle of a transition myself. There's a lot of things happening in our lives right now that is forcing us onto different paths. And a lot of these paths are uncertain and scary to our human minds. This right here says, you are feeling somewhat confused by the events that are unfolding around you and the various seemingly contradictory information that is coming your way. Trust your instincts and do what they are telling you to do, and you will learn a lot about yourself and the direction that you want your life to take. There's a lot of things swirling around out there, and a lot of us are really having to use discernment when it comes to these things. And I'll give you an example, dude. I'll give you an example. I went down the rabbit hole of a certain thing, and I really got in deep, man. I really got in deep to the point where I was almost paranoid, bro. And I'm starting to see how a lot of people can be controlled by fear, because I went so far down this freaking rabbit hole. And I'm not gonna tell you what I looked into. It's just, it's something crazy, right? It's kind of a common thing that a lot of people are talking about right now, but it's very controversial. So I went down this rabbit hole, and I'm starting to get freaked out, like, oh my God, this is happening, and this is happening, and this is gonna, have this effect on me, and this is, whatever. And the more I looked into it, and I'm looking at all sides, right? Because I don't believe that you can form an actual opinion on something unless you hear something from all different angles. If you have a set opinion on something and you have not researched, and you have not heard both sides and at least considered both sides, I don't want to hear you. I really don't. All right, I ain't got time for that. Don't come at me with this one-sided stuff. Look at this, because you don't know. What do any of us really know? We really got to use our third eye. We really have to be in the spiritual on this one. Everything is, in fact, spiritual, and we are in a spiritual war. But I went down this rabbit hole and I got paranoid, and then I started looking at the other side of this thing, and now I'm comparing facts or different sides of it, and I'm currently kind of like, well, it could be this or it could be that. All right, a lot of you could be in that situation right now where you're really trying to figure out something, and some of you may have thought that you made the wrong choice in that area. Now you're trying to backtrack, or maybe you're just having this horrible anxiety about choosing something. Maybe some of you have two different paths that you could choose right now, or two different beliefs. Some of you are really just shattering these belief systems, man. You're coming out in some sort of way. You're healing a lot of trauma, okay? There's a lot of heavy situations going on in a lot of your lives right now. There's a lot of sadness, sorrow, grief, things like that. But there's also a lot of love and a lot of joy and a lot of gratitude. You could be lending a helping hand to somebody at this time. You could have this empathy towards someone. A lot of people in today's world don't have empathy. I mean, I'm just gonna put it to you real. They don't. You know, they see people going through stuff and they just throw gasoline on that fire. And those type of individuals really have no place in my life. I have cut individuals like that out many times, and every time I do, they do get very angry, and they of course blame me and all this other stuff. And I'm like, look, man, I done been there so many times. Okay, it's not my first rodeo, but hey, I wish you healing, right? The only karma I do wish for people is that they do meet themselves in someone else, and that they wake up and that they see their actions, because there is a reward in having a pure heart, guys. There really is. I don't know who this is for today, but this Bible verse, look, the other day I read this. I told my partner, I was like, bruh, this is like a curse, okay? It sounds like a curse. And this is straight from the Bible, okay? This is Proverbs 17:13. And it says, if one repays evil for good, evil will never leave their home. Oh, y'all, bruh. I'm like, I don't know about you, but I don't want to have anything to do with that, okay? I'm just being real right now. I am not that brave to go repay somebody that has been nothing but kind and good to me. I am not that brave to be sitting up there going, oh, I'm gonna get this person, I'm gonna get one over on that. Nah, dude, I just don't operate like that. And I don't understand people that do. I really don't. I've tried, man. I've been down in the trenches with these people, and I've been hurt many a times, but there's not once that I'm like, you know what? I am gonna go out and just be this horrible person. I'm not gonna do that, y'all. I just can't do it. I struggle. Look, it's a battle between the flesh and the spirit. I'm gonna be real. It is, okay? Because there's a lot of times where I do want to get down in the dirt with these individuals and lower my vibration and lower my standards and lower my morals just to get back at somebody. But really, is it worth it? Nah, it really isn't, man. Observe, don't absorb. And I do understand we do have a lot that's going on right now, but also we have a lot that's being said about what's going on right now. And we have a lot that's being said that's allegedly going on right now. Some of you are coming out of this period where you just blindly followed something, or you blindly had this, I'm getting like blind faith, but it's not necessarily faith. It was almost like a fear of something happening in your life. And that's why you had to step up and step out. And maybe some of you realized, hey, you know, I'm going down this path, and if I continue this could destroy me. I feel this change, okay? I do have something about seasons change here. And we just got into spring. Happy astrological new year. For those of you that know, okay? The astrological new year starts in Aries season, which was actually the spring equinox. I can get all into that today, but I'm not, okay? For those of you that want to know more about it, look it up, please research. And I will tell you, do not take my word for anything up here today. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you what to believe. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you what to think, how to feel, what to do. I'm not, bro. I can only say what I've gone through, and I can tell you how I handled it. But I'm not going to sit up there and tell you to, because I know that every one of us is different, and every single one of us requires different types of care and different types of love. All right, that's why somebody out there wrote that book, The 5 Love Languages. I highly recommend find out what yours is and find you a partner that can fulfill you in those areas. All right, and vice versa. I do highly encourage that as well, because I do have something about intimacy here. Okay, this says a deep emotional bond connects you to someone special. Trust, compassion, and support strengthen this relationship. Yeah, You could have somebody in your life right now and for some of you, y'all getting to know this person. There's somebody new that's in your life, and it's exciting. And for others of you that's going through these deep, dark situations right now, I feel out of this, you are going to find who your real ones are. You're going to find the people coming out of the woodwork that you never thought would support you. They're going to come out and you're going to be like, whoa, I didn't even know that you felt this way. I didn't even know that you even knew who I was. I had an experience like this just the other night, actually. I went somewhere that I haven't gone in quite a while. And these people that I've known, I mean, since childhood, right? Since childhood. I grew up around a lot of these people. And at the time, a lot of these people were very judgy, very just mean-spirited and bitter and angry and kind of just shut off and I don't know, sheltered, and everything was demonized that they didn't understand, right? And look, I hold no hatred for these people. I don't. These are some of the nicest people today, and I'll tell you, I went somewhere the other night and these same people came up to me and they were all so genuinely kind. And I'm talking, look, I can tell you when somebody's fake, all right? I know snakes in the grass. These people were so genuine. They were looking me straight in the eye, and I can see some of them were on the verge of tears. I'm not even joking, bro. I show up to this place, and these people were like, I am so glad you're here. I am so glad to see you. Thank you for showing up. I've missed you. I've been thinking about you. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know that all this was going on. That is something that I want to tell people today. People do change. I stand corrected. People do change. There was a time in my life that I thought, people don't change. You know, once they do this, they're always going to do this. Once they think like this, they're always going to think. No, man, life humbles people. Life has a way of humbling you to the point where everything else, like I said earlier, is stripped away. And it's just you and God, you and spirit, you and the Creator sitting there in spirit. And you're like, okay, I've done lost everything else. Lost, right? We don't lack, we just transition. But at some point in this life, there will come a day where you are literally going to be sitting there and you're like, you know what? None of this matters. None of this. None of this around me that I've been fighting and bickering about. None of this around me that I've been arguing about. None of this around me that I've been hating everybody else about. None of this matters. What they think about me doesn't matter. What matters at the end of the day is your character and who you are and how you treat others. Because look, man, I don't want that Bible verse to become true in my life. That is why I keep my intentions pure. That is why I can control what I do. I cannot control what you do. And when you do something mean to me, it hurts, yeah, because I don't understand it, because I know in my soul I would never do that to you, and I never would have done that to you. But I find comfort at the end of the day knowing that I kept my intentions pure, and I had nothing but love for you. Nothing but love. And how you choose to act on your end, that's on you. That really has nothing to do with me. How I choose to respond on my end, that has something to do with me. What defines you is not your struggle. What defines you is how you react in the midst of this struggle, how you come through these struggles. Not blaming everyone else, not hating everyone else, but for a lot of us, including myself, taking accountability and saying, hey, I'm not perfect. I messed up over here. I hurt this person. And a lot of you sit up there and you're just waiting for someone to get their karma. And dude, that's gonna eat you alive. All of that waiting and wishing and spying and all that stuff that people do nowadays, that's just draining your energy. Why not put that energy into something creative? Stop consuming all the time and start creating. Why do you think I started getting into painting again? Why do you think I'm even up here on these videos again? Because this is a form of creation, okay? Creation doesn't have to be something elaborate. Creation is something that brings joy to your soul. Creation is something that you can look at and be like, wow, this really makes me happy. Like, I did this. And a lot of you sit up there and you're just not confident. And you're sitting up there, and I don't know who this is for today, but you're sitting up there thinking, oh, my stuff's not good enough. They're not gonna like it. Who freaking cares if they don't like it? They don't call the shots. You do. You get up there and you create for you. Because right here it says, one day when you least expect it, you are going to crash into someone who is going to be so soft and gentle with your heart. And you are going to be so glad you kept it open. You are going to be so glad that you chose to believe it deserved more. The right people will find your content. The right people will see the video. The right people will love your artwork. You are part of this ripple effect. We are all dealing with something in our lives. I guarantee you that. There's not a soul on this earth right now that is not dealing with something stressful or something crazy or something traumatic or something very heartbreaking. Look, if you gonna sit up there and tell me you got no problems, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I would start to question if you're from like outer space or something. Hey, what's your secret? Because I don't know, here down on earth, yeah, bro, we got some problems, okay? Now, I'm not gonna sit up there and tell you to dwell on your problems, because no, we should not be doing that. Acknowledge our problems, work through our problems, but don't become our problems, okay? Don't identify so much with your problems that it becomes your way of life and your personality. It's like, bro, you are so exhausting. Like, can you just be thankful for like 2 seconds, bro? I mean, look at the sky today. Is it blue? And then be like, no, that cloud is over me. And I'm like, well, it's just a cloud. It'll move. It's like, it's all about perspective, man. I'm gonna sit up here and tell you, my life's not perfect. I mean, I'm thankful and I'm happy. I got a lot of really great things going on in my life. I have a wonderful partner. My family is amazing. My friends are awesome, very supportive. You know, even strangers on the internet that support me. But my life is not free from problems. It just depends on how we handle our problems. But hey, I've been yakking, and let me go ahead and pull a prayer card and hop off of here, because I don't even know how long this video is. Like, this is like my first video in a while, and I'm sitting over here all rusty and stuff, or at least I think I am. I don't know, y'all. Look, internet trolls, I don't pay any attention to them. I really don't. I get comments all the time, and it's like, tell me again how you hate yourself without telling me you hate yourself. I don't know. I just laugh at it, honestly. I just laugh, bro. I've gotten so many weird, like, death threats and wishes and, like, weird stuff. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to pull up that Bible verse again and drill it in your heads. And hopefully one day you'll get it. But, yeah, so I just can't afford that kind of karma. And I would not wish that on anybody. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Dear Lord, today I humbly pray for an end to delays and stagnation. May the floodgates of opportunity open wide and shift everything. Yeah, we are talking about shifts, and it is shifting, y'all. Let your divine favor shine through and elevate me to new heights. And I also have another one up here that says, because 2 fell out and I'll take them. Dear Lord, today I ask that you multiply opportunities for me and each member of my family. Allow us to enter hallways of success, prosperity, and fulfillment. May we find joy in our endeavors. Yes, y'all, finding that joy. I love it. And may our lives be a testament to your beautiful grace. In Jesus' name. Yay, man, y'all. All right, bro, we just had church. I love you all, and I'm hoping to catch you in future videos. Until then, peace, love, and blessings to you all.